Hey guys, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm your host, Joe. Welcome to Any Last Words. I'm going to give everybody just a second to catch up. I am here in the middle of Oklahoma, so you have to I apologize for if my internet connection's a little slow. Tonight I have Miss Kimi Vermillion. Hello, darling. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay. Yeah, kind of a delay. I just let everybody know my internet's a little shaky, so it is. Oh man, it's so crazy because my computer clock is different from my phone clock right now. It's actually 10 o'clock at night.
So you're like 2 hours ahead right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm used to doing this at 8, so I was kind of shifty. I'm like, oh God, when do I send her the message? I'm like, just my luck, I'll send it at 6 there and like 8 here, and I'm like, oh wait, what time is it here?
I saw the post where it showed that you were in Oklahoma, and my thought process was like, is it 8 her time or my time? I'm so confused. Should I message? I'm scared.
And no, I had to set an alarm on my phone because obviously the phones, they change as you move, but your cars don't.
Yeah.
My laptop for some reason does.
Right.
My laptop says it's 8:08. So I had to set an alarm on my phone for like 9:10 this time so that I knew I was getting close to your time, or close to your time, I assume, so that we'd be okay. I was fucking this up.
Hey, I was taking measures too, where I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna plan anything at 6, and then when she messages me, then this way we're good. If not, I'll wait till 8.
Oh man.
So I would rather be prepared than sorry. So.
Oh man, I did not prepare for this trip at all because number one, the weather here is way different from California right now. Like where I'm at. Oh, you're fairly around the same area I am, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine for you also, it's getting quite warm around this time of year.
Yes, AC is definitely on at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, at least noon, 1 o'clock. You're thinking about turning it on soon, at least. But here it's like.
I imagine is it cooler over there or is it warmer?
It's cold. It was raining earlier today. Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Raining. I love rain.
Yeah.
I love rain.
Yeah. And it was cool because like driving through like Arizona, holy shit, Arizona was hot. So hot.
Yeah, Arizona. Yeah, that's why I'll never live there.
Nope, I'm good. Bakersfield's my limit. And then we got to New Mexico. New Mexico was really nice. We got here and it started raining and I'm like, oh, and we're in the middle of nowhere right now. And I'm like, oh, this is fun.
I remember this one time I went to Florida. We were at Disney World and it was like raining like for 5 minutes and then it was like humid and then sun and then raining again. And I think that's the craziest weather I've ever been in.
That is pretty crazy.
Like you literally don't know what to expect.
It's like bipolar weather. It's like, what the fuck's happening right now? I thought we were cool just like 5 minutes ago. I thought we were cool.
Right.
Jeez Louise. Oh, and I was super sad because Tiny Tacos, man. We love those fucking Tiny Tacos. Jack in the Box needs to sponsor me. How much I promoted those fucking things the past few months. Come here, and I was like, oh, I gotta go get Tiny Tacos for the show. Where's the Jack in the Box at? Oh, we don't have Jack in the Box here.
How do they not have Jack in the Box?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think they have In-N-Out either, do they?
No, I don't think they do. But there's Del Taco, there's Taco Bell, there's McDonald's, obviously, there's Subway, there's all that. But I'm like, yeah. But the Tiny Tacos, I just needed Tiny Tacos. That's all I needed. Why are you being so mean to me right now? That was cool.
Well, scratch Oklahoma off the list of revisits.
Yep. Nope. No, thank you.
You don't. You're gone.
You guys have cool weed, but nope. No tacos.
Yeah. and see, like, dude, Jack in the Box has the Munchies menu. How did they not have that there?
Thank you. Oh, that pisses me off too. I'm gonna say that pisses me off because I work in a bar, so a lot of times I get off work super late, super early in the morning, and that's what they're promoting is late night munchie meals. You get that shit, it's like the shit that fell out of the fry basket, or that was sitting in the booth. Like, that's messed up. I mean, okay, great, you're selling your garbage for like $6 a box, but could it not be what came out of the fryer 4 hours ago, please? Like, I think that's trying to make your money. Don't waste food. I get it. You can't.
You know what? I have been at that right state of mind where it tastes just like buffet, like feast like a queen at that point, man. It's just, and I'm happy, and I didn't break my wallet. Go home, pass out, deal with the hangover in the morning.
Right. And that's the purpose of it. It's the most greasiest, garbage-filled food that you can put in your freaking guff at 2 a.m. when you're hungover as fuck, and you don't want Taco Bell because you don't want to deal with that problem in the morning. That's okay.
Oh, I actually have a funny story in regards to Taco Bell that I could tell you about later. Like, for Asgard, that was a great night. I don't remember it, but it was a great night, apparently.
At least somebody remembered they had a good time.
We still, to this day, this happened probably about 3-4 years ago, this For Asgard party.
Uh-huh.
No, it was like 5. No, wow. No, it was like almost a decade. Wow, holy crap. Anyways.
That shit creeps up on you real quick.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like it was before I'm pregnant with my son, and my son's 6, and it's like, wait, oh wow, that hurt. Anyway, so years later, almost a decade later, we're still trying to piece that night together. It was like our real life hangover situation, like the movie.
Where did this baby come from?
Yeah, we all get little memories, and it's like, do you remember this? It's like, oh, well, yeah, that did happen. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's fun. And then it just reminds you of your youth and how invincible you thought you were at the time.
Pretty much, because I'll tell you what, I can't do hangovers anymore. Like,
no.
Ding, 30 happened and done. And it's, I used to be a warrior with alcohol back in the day.
Oh yeah. Now it's like now that like you're older, it's like it's down to a science how you're gonna get yourself through your hangover. It's like okay, I need to take like an ibuprofen and Tylenol, but space them out. Drink a lot of water. Get something spicy. Get something greasy. Get some ramen noodles. And it's like you have like the system of what you're gonna do to get through this shit.
A vitamin B supplement.
I've heard that's good too.
I learned that at pharmacy tech school. They actually give that to alcoholics to help them produce red blood cells or something like that years ago. So you actually take that with a full bottle of water, and then preferably eat something light that can help kind of soak up everything, and you shouldn't have a major hangover in the morning. Also, avoid sugar.
Oh, yeah. No, sugar intensifies that bad. That's why the shots always get you. When you get the little girly drinks and shit, or you get like the Jack and Coke. Jack's already kind of sweet, and you're going to put all that Coke in it on top of that, and it's just, it intensifies it, and it makes it way fucking worse than what it is.
Oh, way worse, yeah.
Way worse. It's always got to be like juice or soda water or something, or nothing. Just do it straight. Or just drink a beer. Speaking of beer, I have a beer. Oh my gosh. So what are you doing during our quarantine time? Like where is your level at where you're at? What stage are you guys in?
So I usually work for the Selma Arts Center. They'll bring me on for projects and stuff. As of right now, I know that's on hold, but I know that they're working out some ideas on I know right now I'm helping through Zoom classes where I'm teaching some kids some prop making through their theater boot camp.
Awesome.
So yeah, we have my classes are on Wednesday, and then they also do like classes for vocals and acting and improvising and stuff like that. It's really very cool. Right now, honestly, I'm taking advantage of the time because there's a lot of personal projects that I want to build myself that I just want to try making. I'm interested in the challenge of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm taking that time right now to kind of do all of that. And also I'm working on some pieces maybe that I can rent out, for shows or films and stuff like that. So I'm trying to kind of just build an inventory right now, take the chance to also increase my skill in some areas that I thought I was weak in. So I'm taking advantage of it.
Oh crap. I didn't see that we had 9 comments already.
No.
I told you before we started, I'm kind of bad at keeping up with the comments because I forget to switch over from private to public comments.
Right.
Why is nothing coming up? It's so quiet. Oh shit, there's a red dot right there. And it says 9. Oh shit, I'm slacking. Miguel says, hey yo.
Yo.
And Senshi Tonomori says virtual hug.
Aww.
Tino does a million this, and I'm gonna add to it. Matt Ocha puts taco picture. Tino Menudo, you're a cochino. That no. It's about lengua tacos. Tacos.
Tacos.
Taco. Oh, you got tacos. You got the good tacos. We had to make two because there is no Jack in the Box in freaking Oklahoma right now.
That still boggles my mind that that's a thing.
I know. I was thinking about maybe I could run to Walmart and go get like the little tiny like the ones you put in the oven, or you can stick them in the deep fryer. But they're basically like tiny tacos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You get them in the box. I was thinking about getting that, but I was
it's like the taquitos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like almost an hour drive to Walmart from here. So
see, I'm too much of a foodie. I would have done it.
Yeah.
I have no willpower. None.
I don't know where I am. I didn't drive here. I'm just the passenger.
Google Maps. Google Maps.
Touche. Oh my gosh. Miguel says veggie juice helped me out after my B-day. Well, you drinking veggie juice for that? Oh yeah, because I brought him. I snuck tiny tacos and I put them on his door.
That's a Bloody Mary. Don't censor that.
Yeah, exactly. That's a Bloody Mary. You had an adult.
Trying to make it all mature. It's a veggie juice. It's a cleanse.
I had an adult V8. Bitch, you had a Bloody Mary.
Right.
I love that so much. Miguel also says, "Get your shit together, Joe." And then Richard goes, "You know who has Jack in the Box? Texas." They do, and lots of donut shops. Holy shit, a lot of donut shops and chicken everywhere, fried chicken everywhere. I love it.
Are they truly bringing the true meaning to their slogan of everything's big in Texas? Like, it doesn't have to be your bellies, guys.
Thank you.
Like, I'm gonna talk. I'm sitting here eating tiny tacos, drinking soda, and just enjoying it.
Okay, it's life. Do it.
Very
Love
much.
it now.
Pretty much.
Because obviously shit gets shut down in a second. So enjoy what you can today. I've seen so much shit on the road so far. Ugh.
So it's there's this comedian, Gabriel Iglesias, and I love what he says, like when he talks about
Fluffy.
Yes, I love Fluffy, but when he's talking about how he would, when a doctor told him, you got to stop or watch what you're eating, stop eating as many tacos, or you're gonna die. He goes, you know what? I don't want to live if I can't just eat what I want. Like, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but like when he said that, I was like, word. I was like, ding.
Tacos are life, man. I fucking love tacos. Tacos, pancakes, and sushi. Boom.
Oh my god, mashed potatoes is my weakness. That's my favorite food, mashed potatoes. Right?
I need more beer to fill my belly right now. I'm missing tiny tacos right now. Eat one for me. Tell me what it's like.
Well, they're definitely going to be soggy, but I'm going to love them. All the guys are just going crazy over the innuendos right now. Like, oh yeah, just stick that sloppy taco in your mouth right there. Sorry, is that allowed?
That's what she said.
That was Tina, wasn't it?
No, he says Kimmy loves tomatoes. I don't know what that means.
I mean, tits, I guess. Usually we go with different types of fruits for those, man. Like, cantaloupes or melons. Yeah.
Jugs, milk jugs, melons, cassava melons.
Swims. Ballsack rest rack.
Oh my god, do you watch Rick and Morty at all?
Oh yeah.
Did you see the newest one where he's talking about like the chiseled guy? What do they call him, a cum gutter or something like that? Just like, because he's all you know what I'm talking about? Like, it was the train one.
I think I do.
Yeah, and he was like it was like kind of brief, and you kind of had to really pay attention to it at first. But Morty's like, oh yeah, those are like cum gutters, and I was like, did he just call that guy these cum gutters? Like, are you serious? I thought it was great.
I'm trying to think. Did I see that one? Because I saw
It was last week's, I believe. I think it was last week's.
because I'm trying to think, like, oh man, my brain is just dead right now. But because I saw like the episode that premiered when they came back, but I don't know if I've seen anything after that. Like that's what I'm trying to think. Like how long ago was that? You know?
I think this might be the second episode back.
Okay, I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen that one yet.
I'm sorry.
No. Spoilers don't bother me at all.
Okay, good.
No, I will talk spoilers with anybody, and I give like I within reason. I respect the fact that some people have lives and jobs, so I don't spoil things within like the first like week or so.
Right.
But goddamn it, if you haven't seen something in a month, no.
Not my problem, man. Not my problem. That's on you, not me.
So it wasn't that important to you then, but I'm going to talk about it. I can't anymore. I did the grace period. It's done.
Oh my God, Miguel. Miguel says, if you have a sake taco, go to the free clinic.
What?
Miguel says, if you have a soggy taco, go to the free clinic.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Ew and fair and kind of funny. And Tino says chichis. Chichis.
Goku's what?
Chichis. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're here to learn about Miss Kimi. Want to know about Kimi? That's you. So I'm interested to know, how did you get started in prop making? Like, what, were you young? Was there something that inspired you to want to do it? Or were you just bored and said, hey, this is cool. Maybe I can keep doing this and it'll keep working?
Kind of a mixture of all that. Like it started out with, I got into cosplay with a bunch of my friends. We like going to like WonderCon and LA Comic Con and stuff. And I just got into how interesting it was, like a lot of these costumes that people built. Mm-hmm. And there were characters that I myself would love to have made costumes for, and it was just a fun thing to do with my friends. Like we were all doing it; it was great,
Okay.
I've always had a heart for creating things. Like I've always loved doing it. So I think that was the thing that drew me into cosplay, was because I get to be creative and try to find things that look like these character pieces or something,
Right.
Down the line, I ended up joining Shrek the Musical for some art center.
Oh wow.
I went and auditioned and got a role. I was Thelonious, which is Farquaad's like executioner bodyguard in the movie. So anyways, while being in that, they were having a hard time trying to figure out how to build the dragon that Donkey falls in love with.
Oh yeah.
So they're trying to figure out how to get a puppet. Usually it's a puppet, but they're trying to figure out something. I think they were having a hard time finding anything. So I remember being in the office with my cousin, who was Farquaad, and talking to Nicolette. She was the director, but she also runs the art center.
Okay.
And when she was talking about it, it just came to me. And so I told her, I was like, well, you could do this, because this is kind of the same method I did for a cosplay piece. So I was like, well, you could do this. And I kind of went through the steps of how you would build it. So then she was like, would you be willing to do it if we, got all the materials for you? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I didn't really have anything going on at the time. So I was like, this is a good thing to a good distraction, to kind of get away from the kids and stuff, and, just like have something that's outside of the house,
Right.
So I was like, okay, awesome. So I ended up building Dragon, and I have a picture of it somewhere. It's not my best work, but it's also like one of my starting pieces. So I'm really like, I admire, I love it. Like I have such, sorry, words fail me right now. Anyways, I have such a big sentimental connection to it.
Right.
So after that, it was the next show that kind of asked me about a prop piece they're having a hard time finding. And so I was like, oh, well, there's this idea. And since then, I have slowly kind of been brought on to different shows, to where now I'm actually this season, I was so excited. I was actually going to be involved in almost every show they were doing. And I was just so excited about that, because the challenges that were going to be there, everything, I love taking on a project and learning new things from it. To me, that's the most rewarding thing, So going in to the art center, that's how I got into props. And Michael, I had actually worked with Michael S. Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
I had worked with him.
sorry, I'm going to show a photo of him real quick while you're talking. And the bars that he's standing, this is one of the photos you sent me. The bars that he's standing behind, you actually made, right?
Yes, me and my husband helped me with that. But yes, the gel cell, it's PVC pipe and wood. And we painted it and set it up to look like metallic gel cell bars that were kind of worn and rusted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Michael, I had met him 2007 or so, 2008.
Okay.
And we were working for a school photography company. He was actually my manager for that. Like, he was actually the one who trained me and everything like that. After I started getting into props and stuff, I actually ran into him at like when Fresno had that Scaranormal. Do you remember that? Like, it was years ago. Like, we had like people from Porky's here. We had Sid Haig. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, we had Andy from, I can't think of his name, but Andy from Child's Play.
Chucky?
The original.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I ran into him there because he was, I think he was doing lamb feed. I think he had that in the competition, like a film competition. Yeah. And so we caught up and stuff. Well, years later, I'm getting more into the props, and I built my Audrey too.
I love that, by the way. I'm going to show a photo of that too while you're talking about it. Okay.
So yeah, I had built this Audrey too, and I posted it. And then at that point, I get a message from him saying like, "Oh, I didn't know you did this. Would you be interested in working on something?" And it's like, well, yeah, of course, that'd be awesome. So yeah, after that, then worked on a couple projects with him. I've gotten to work on a film with Lachlan Monroe and Wayne Butler, Dead Voices. And yeah, it just, this whole hobby that I kind of started off going with ended up being like the thing I'm passionate about and I love doing. And I'm actually lucky, and it's just honored, like, to just have this as like my job now. Like, I stay at home, I craft, I now have invested in different tools, and I've learned different techniques, and I'm trying to get better every time. I'm trying to learn new things. This is just such a fun job, and I love it. I couldn't even imagine not doing it at this point, you know?
Oh, that's
how I got into it. Thank you.
That's fucking amazing to hear. That really is. And you are very, very talented at what you do. I've physically seen your stuff. I wish I would have thought to well, no, I have a photo of it. I don't have a photo of the Audrey that I had loaded onto this freaking program. But Stacy Rose says that dragon was a masterpiece too. And Matt Ochoa says Andy was a dick. So
yeah, he kind of was.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's Audrey. That was cool. You sent me the video to that. That was dope as shit because it moved. You can make it move. Feed me same old, feed me all night long. I loved Little Shop of Horrors growing up. And
I did too.
I was so stoked when you made that. I was like, oh, she made an Audrey too. Oh my God, that's so fucking cool.
I have loved puppets like since I was little. Like, I grew up on, Labyrinth, Muppet Show, the Muppet movies. Oh yeah, Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock was my thing.
Yes, the dozers I love the dozers. Yes. The guys down in the little quarry little thing, the cave.
Yes. Yeah, they made the little sugar buildings and the whole thing, and they wanted the Fraggles to eat them. Like, that was the whole thing. They wanted them. It was like an ecosystem because they loved building. And so one time the Fraggles got guilty conscious. Were like, we shouldn't eat their stuff. And so they stopped, and the Disney were like, what are you doing? You're breaking everything. Just eat the damn buildings. And that was the whole episode, and that was one of the ones that stood out to me. So I was like, no shit, that's how I learned about ecosystems. Like, things be loud. Okay, I get it.
Oh my gosh. I always, it always reminded me kind of like the Smurfs, because there was always like this big guy and the dog. I mean, in the Smurfs, it was Azrael and Gargamel.
Yes.
So it was a cat and a person, but this one, it was that big, fluffy, shaggy dog that would chase him down in the little cave. Yeah, Max. And he'd chase him down, and he'd stick his nose in there, and then it'd be on the opposite side. You see his big old nose come through woo. That shit is cool. It's like claymation, like Wallace and Gromit.
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, and see, I love things like that. Like, even the the Christmas, oh God, what, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh yeah.
Frankenbass, I believe it is. Yeah, no, I love those. Like, to me, because it's just a lot of time and effort go into that. Like, Nightmare Before Christmas is, to me, a gem. Years went into that.
Yes, I am a little disappointed that it was a it was like a semi Disney branched out. You know what I'm saying? Like Pixar is an extension of Disney in a way. And it wasn't until like the second come around for Nightmare Before Christmas when it got its second win of like super mass popularity because we all grew up and we remembered it. We taught our kids this shit. Then it was like Disney's like, oh no, that was totally ours, dude. That was totally ours, man. No, whole time that was ours. That was ours. Like you're a dick, you know that? Like you guys are very anti this shit, and this is what we had, and I feel like you just took that from us. Fuck you guys. Not that I don't like Disney. I'm just like, really?
Right. No, I get where you come from. No, but like stuff like that, like those projects always end up being the ones that shine through to me because a lot of time and effort went into that. And I love like Jim Henson. Like I wasn't a fan of The Dark Crystal, the movie. I love the series though. The series is actually pretty awesome. But I did love. It's pretty good. I really like it. But for the movie itself, though, I will say it is one of the most beautiful films you could watch just because everything visual that went into that, creating that, is amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, I loved Little Shop of Horrors. I love Rick Moranis, first off. Like, he's just amazing.
Hell yeah.
So
Steve
happy.
Martin, I loved him as the dentist. Holy shit, he was an amazingly, like, psycho. He was psycho, dude. Like, if you really, as a kid, you're like, oh, he's just weird and mean. But as an adult, you're like, that dude was fucking sick.
No.
He liked to be on some shit and do some shit.
Yeah, no, he's actually, to me, I think he's actually very scary just because of how there are people like him. Like, that was a reality right there. And so in this little musical show about alien plant that came to Earth to eat everybody, there's that little bit of reality right there, and you're kind of like, no. Let's get that out.
Yeah.
Go back to the eating plant. You know?
But it was great though. I mean, I thought he was amazing.
Oh, he was amazing. He was amazing.
And it was to me, it was like, it was different from what you had seen him in. I mean, like a lot of other things. Like he was very dark and serious and, you know, nefarious and just had like an intent that was just very evil. And it was like, ooh, Steve Martin's kind of crazy. He's not so funny now, is he?
But yeah, no, like that movie to me, it's a classic. Like it's one of my favorite musicals. So it was just one of those, you know, I fucking want my own Audrey too. So I found an instructional video online and I followed it and I made it. But since making this, I know how I could tweak it to make it a lot better movement wise and everything. And so this is just the first draft and I'm going to be making another one. But yeah, no, but this sparked my love of making like a puppetry again. So now I'm like trying to master like making puppets and learning IMAX and, you know, like the rod puppets where you have the levers and stuff. Like I'm trying to learn that stuff now.
Where you stick your fingers in the little
right.
And you move, and they each move an individual, like an eyebrow, this eyebrow, that eyebrow. That's pretty intense shit. Like I don't think I have the coordination. I barely have coordination to play piano. I don't think I have enough coordination to make a face function properly.
No. And like right now, the ones I'm only trying to work on is like a lever for like eyelids and one for like jaw. So that way, like the person can just have their hand right here and pull the different triggers. And this way they don't have to have their arms stuck up in the puppet. And, you know, that makes it far more difficult trying to move everything around, plus trying to coordinate your fingers to do the motions. Like there are people at Henson that do that. And that's fucking incredible to me.
Yeah. They're just, it's like sign language. Like, and just move it. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And like they have to give them character too. Whoops, 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
sorry.
Okay. Stacy Rose also says, Kim, your Audrey 2 was better than the ones we rented from a prop company when we did Little Shop. Heart.
Oh, yay!
Aww.
No, I've actually gotten good comments about the Audrey 2, and I'm really proud of it. I really am. I definitely.
That's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It is. That's why I was all like,
No, you know what though? When I made it though, I think I took it to LA Comic Con, and this was to kind of see like how sturdy it was, because I was trying to get an idea. Because I was like, I want to build Audrey 2's first stage, but I know this one isn't good for that. So I'm trying to figure out how I can modify version 2.
Okay.
So I took it to LA Comic-Con because to me, that's the ultimate test. If you can walk around a crowd of people with that thing on your arm all day and it doesn't fall apart, you got a good one, because a lot of people's heavy duty props don't even make it like a full day or a weekend. You know what I mean?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I took this thing to LA Comic-Con. I walked by a booth and I was with my friend Emily and we walked by a booth and this guy comes up and he goes, "Hey, I really like your Audrey too." I go, "Thank you." He goes, "Brian Henson is at our booth and I want him to see it." Brian Henson, the son. Yeah, Brian Henson, the son of Jim Henson. They both built the Audrey 2. Yeah. And Brian Henson was a puppeteer in it. Yeah.
And wasn't he in like wasn't he in Fraggle Rock or some of the Muppet movies too? Like, didn't he help towards the end?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think so, because I know he was involved with making films with his dad and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. He wasn't at the booth, but he goes, "Come back because I want him to see that." Yeah. We eventually came back. Brian Henson was there. I got to take a picture with Brian Henson, and he actually asked to see how it worked, and so I showed him. And what blew my mind, the thing that made me more motivated to do all this, was the fact that he told me, like, "You have real talent here. This is really good."
Oh, man. That's like Michael Jordan telling a basketball player, like, "Dude, I think you can play in the NBA right now."
Yeah.
That's dope.
And
that's cool.
And yeah, so just the fact that it was like, dude, Brian Henson, like, said I could do this, I'm going to do this. And so that, like, got me even more motivated, because it's like, I grew up on his family's art. Like, wow, that to me was like a huge deal.
Oh,
so yeah,
man.
So that's why I'm very sentimental about Audrey 2 here, because I'm like, oh man, you know, this piece right here, like, I'm going to preserve it, put in a nice little case and everything.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Put a little date on it. And then
right?
maybe one day, like, you know, when you're 80 or 90 and you pass away, maybe it's in an art museum that goes on auction. It'll be on Pawn Stars or something. Like, let me have an appraiser come in and check that out and see if it's an authentic Kimi Vermillion. No, we
that
can tell
would be very cool.
And they're sitting there like looking at, oh no, she usually did, like, her art usually flowed this way, and this guy has chips in his shit. This is a fake. Get it out of here. It's garbage.
If any of the art pieces have any type of, you know, flow with the paint going one direction, that's how you know it's a fake. It's not mine. I'm all over the place. It's like, just make it look good.
Yeah. You're like, you see this here, all this just splatter. Yeah, that's a true Kimi Vermillion right there, just everywhere.
She was putting all of her anger and sadness into this art.
And if you check there and there's taco sauce remnants right there.
Right, yeah. Oh, you see those splatters? She was probably laughing at something she saw on YouTube Vines. Like, it adds character. It adds character.
I love it. Oh, geez, I want to show some of the other stuff you have, but real quick, I would like to show a sponsored video by the Bakersfield Gentlemen. They are a cigar review podcast that shows damn near every day. So if y'all want to watch it, you want to look at some pretty girls and some cigars and talk some shit with other dudes, and check out the Bakersfield Gentlemen. And here is their commercial for it. We'll be right back. Give me 10 seconds.
Okay.
Oops. Oh, we're done. Okay. Okie dokie. So you sent me a few pictures.
Oh, yeah.
From some of the stuff that you've done, and I have a few here from Last American Horror Show 2. Sorry. I always fuck it up. I don't mean to.
Horror Show.
Okay, so I said it right. And there was I don't know. I don't think I met you that day. I was there when they were filming it. Like,
you were there.
That's right. Because I was too intimidated to come talk to you, because they're like, oh, she's motivated. I'm like,
what?
I was like, I'm gonna go. I was scared to talk to everybody. I don't know. A lot of people don't know this. I'm scared to talk to everybody. So I'm just like, oh, can I have a shot of whiskey first, or can I go smoke this blunt first before I go talk to somebody? I'm scared. I'm sure they're fine. They're not going to kill me, but
no, I do understand what you're talking about. No, I do get that way with some like film, like some shows and stuff that I work on. Like I'm not sure if I can approach people because I understand like sometimes they have a method and I don't want to disrupt that.
Right. Yeah, because there was a lot of people there that day. There was a lot of people there that day. They were all setting up for scenes. I was like, I'm just going to go sit over here and just wander around with Tino and Miguel and just, I'm going to hang out with these people over here and I'm just going to watch you guys do your shit.
Right. No, and no, like I said, I totally understand. But no, with me, no. You can always, I will just make smart ass comments or whatever. Like, or if I'm busy, I'll tell you, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Yeah, give me a second. Tina said, Joe got me high on that set. I also did your hair for that set too. I like to throw that out. I did Tino's hair.
Oh, you braided it?
I braided his hair. Like, nice. Shit, I got too high. I did your hair. So,
like part of me, like, I was like, so like he can't, like, next thing I know, he's in like this, like he's in the security outfit. Yeah. And, oops. And then he's his hair's braided. And I was like, did he do that? Does he know how to braid hair? I don't know how to braid hair. Oh no.
He's like, yeah, I got it like that. I had nothing else to do. I mean, like, because Mel Novak and everybody else, like, they were all in like their seats, like getting makeup and stuff done. And there wasn't a lot of chairs. I met her, but I don't remember her name. She was really cool though. The chick that was doing the makeup, Christina.
Christina, yeah.
Christina. Mm-hmm. Oh, holy shit, I remember that. She was super cool.
No, she's so sweet. She's very cool.
Yeah, she was busy, and then it was like, oh, braid your hair, it's fine. They just braid his hair.
Like,
he's busy. She's busy. I'll do it. It's fine. Shit, but no, like, oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna show the electric chair that you made for that movie. Sparky, yes. This thing is freaking cool, and it's it's obviously it's life size. That thing looked heavy as hell.
It has some weight to it.
Yeah, that thing is cool as hell. I remember I first walked in, and there wasn't a whole lot of people there yet because I just got there maybe a little bit after a few people started showing up.
Oh yeah.
And then like I walked in, I was like, it was by the back door, and I was like, whoa, what the hell is that? And like, oh yeah, this chick over here made that, and I was like, she made that? Holy shit. And they're like, you want to sit in and take a picture? I was like, can I? Like, I'm like, is she gonna yell at me? Like, I'm like, is she gonna come yell at me and like tell me to get the fuck out of my chair? Like, I'm sorry, no disrespect. I'm sorry, this thing is cool.
No, I had amazing. Thank you. No, I had a few people that were walking in. They're like, can I take a picture in the chair? I'm like, dude, it's Michael's. I don't care. I was like, if Michael doesn't care, I don't care. Because that thing, I literally built it to take a beating because I didn't know for sure what Michael had planned for the chair. I knew like how he wanted it to look aesthetically and everything like that. But when it came down to like how he was going to do the scenes, like, because I understand like when a director gets to the point of shooting the scene, sometimes things can change and he's not going to do it like he originally planned.
Right.
So I wanted to make that thing sturdy. So just in case somebody's rocking around in it or something, it wasn't going to just break right there on camera because then I'm mortified at that point.
I know. I can't. What do I do? How do I make it again?
No. Yeah, because at that point it's like, oh my god, someone got hurt because of me. Oh shit, and then I'm in like full anxiety, crying, like ugly cry, like panic mode and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, my husband and I like worked together on that, and we built that thing to be sturdy.
That thing looks sturdy as hell. I mean, it like I said, it looks heavy. Like I sat in and I was like, this thing's fucking cool. Like that's like a lawn prop right there.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, basically, yeah, I built it to take a beating, but also for it to just be like something that you can use for any like lawn like theme you may have. Like some people I know they do like horror or Addams Family theme stuff. Halloween, like I was trying, like I'm really proud of how that came out, and I'm really proud of how it looked so far from what I've seen. So I'm just excited about that project. Like I kind of want to build another one just to have an electric chair myself because it was just so cool.
Oh man, jeez. No, you did an amazing job. Even like, I mean, I know there's a lot more detail and work that probably had to go into the chair, but even the bars, the bars look cool as shit. Because once they had like I mean, you guys, when you see this movie, you're not gonna believe that it was done in like this weird warehouse studio with like black sheets and this. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
You know, Michael did an amazing job too. Like you all did an amazing job, and I'm so excited for everyone to see even just that, because those are your bars, girl. You made that shit. You made that movie come together, and all the shit they put with it. You can't tell it's in this big, bright, open warehouse. You know, it's real dark.
They did a really good job with the lighting and everything. They did an amazing job setting that up.
Yeah, I think they did like a little bit of like a fog machine or something too. I think I remember where they kind of made it murky looking. That was cool. People
I don't think it was a fog machine.
What goes into this?
I don't think it was a fog machine. I think somebody was vaping.
It was a vape box. It was something I remember. Like it was like.
Was he like vaping the entire time and then just blowing it out for fun?
They were like, we need to like make this light not so bright or something like that, and they're like, we need to like dim this or some shit.
Right,
and then like all this smoky, foggy stuff. Everyone else like, the fuck did that come from? Is that like a smoke machine? But you're right, there was a person there that was vaping like hell hard.
I remember him just inhaling deep, and I was like, because as somebody who has asthma, I was just terrified watching this.
Yeah. It smelled good though.
It did. It definitely smelled fruity. It was good. But yeah, oh man, for the amount of fog that is used in that scene, appreciate that, because that guy was the MVP right there.
That was competition level vape shit right there. That was SoCal brah, I'm a vape brah kind of shit. That was Kyle fucking vaping status.
That was so cool.
Yeah, but no, that was cool. The way you guys all put that stuff together, like it on the film, it legit looks like a jail. It looks like a jail. You wouldn't tell that's just a studio, because the brick wall in the back, that's like a panel. Like people don't understand what the fuck goes into movies sometimes. So like make a movie look cool, and I dig all that shit. I really do. Because, you know, like I said, like before, people just don't know. Like before all this shit, I didn't know that's how shit was. I was like, what did you just put on that?
Well, like a lot of it. No, and it's like even both like the film and theater, because like I see some of the amazing things they put together for the set pieces and stuff for the various shows that happen around here. It's an amazing amount of creativity and time and love that goes into it. So yeah, like I have a total appreciation for that.
Oh yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate like CGI and stuff, but it gets to a point where like sometimes it can really just ruin a movie, because you're losing that physical creativity from someone. When you're using a computer, it's like the computer is just generating shit that you just kind of slap together and like, yeah, that's cool, but it's not real. There's no real
like
physical art into it.
I think both are very impressive, because a lot of time and energy does go into the CGI aspect of it. But when you can get things to move, whether it's puppetry, you know, the old school effects, new computer generated effects, if you could get something to move so fluid that it's realistic, that in itself is so fucking impressive. Because no doubt. Like, to me, Jurassic Park still stands up in the special effects area because of how amazing everything still holds up even now. I pop that DVD in and I watch it. I'm blown away by the raptors and the T-Rex happening in that.
Right. No, I can appreciate that, but it's not like the whole, like, it wasn't the whole movie. Like, there are some movies I've seen where it's like they really just rely on that CGI.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely agree.
Like,
I absolutely agree.
That ruins, like, you overdid it. That ruined the fuck out of it. You could have done less and done more physical creativity with it, whatever it may be. But sometimes CGI just really fucking kills shit. It's like, God, that was so wooden looking. But it is creative, and I can respect that in its own creative form.
No, but I totally understand where you're coming from too, because I find myself appreciating, like, okay, like, not many people love it, but the Paranormal Activity movies, I love those films because they did, from what I remember, they did practical effects. There was not really any CGI in that. It was just they wired things and just timed things just right. And to me, that's why I just love that movie. I have such a love for it, because that was creative. And I remember watching that movie and actually getting kind of freaked out, like watching it. And I was like, wow, this is too real right now, you know?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Like, I was kind of, I don't know. It was, I guess, I bring this up a lot because they were kind of, to me, parallel in a way, if that's the right choice of words for it. But like Blair Witch, and
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense. But for some reason, it was just like I can appreciate them for what they were doing and what they were trying to get at, and the way they went about making the movie. Like it's like camcorder kind of style, like rough, raw, out there kind of shit, whether it's like CCTV or like, oh, Kimmy's in the forest, Kimmy's missing this camera. I love that, totally love that. But for some reason, I just couldn't like seriously get into it. No, I love the style and I love what they did, but the movie itself, I couldn't really.
So, are you talking about Blair Witch right now?
No, I'm sorry, the Paranormal Activity.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Blair Witch was kind of meh.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
A little less. So.
No, and that's fine. Like I said, I know it's not everybody's favorite. It just, for me, it just, yeah. I'm very much others. Just let people like things. It's not competition.
No, I understand. No, but I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I appreciate like the camcorder aspect. With the story of it, I couldn't get, but I did like how they went about filming it. It was a different way than was normal. Everybody gets in a rut. Like all these zombie movies are the same, or all these werewolf movies are the same, or action movies. Like they did something different. Yes, but they were kind of similar because they did kind of come out at the same time and had the same recording style, if you will. But the stories, I could get into the Blair Witch a little bit more, but the paranormal ones, I was kind of like, but I still loved the visual of it. So that was great. Sorry, that was.
Oh, no, I totally understand where you're coming from. I totally get it.
So, Matt Ochoa says, the Thing prequel would have been amazing if they would have went with practical effects like they originally planned instead of CGI.
Yes. 100% agree. I 100% agree. To me, that took me out of that movie, was just all that. No, that's a great example. Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have a preference in what you like to make your props in, like movie genre prep, like? Bleh. Sorry, the Modelo's catching up to me right now. I didn't even have to talk.
No problem.
Do you like making for example, do you like making more science fiction, or do you like making more horror or more action, like bombs, or have you got a chance to make any of those? I guess maybe that's a multiple section question there.
So you know what? Oh, that's a good one. I don't really think I have a genre that I prefer. I'm trying to think, I've come to realize that I like I don't know, I like building things that require you to be a little bit more creative, if that makes sense. So I have to figure out how to shape something or find materials that'll match something, but I don't really have a genre. Everything's honestly free game. I enjoy everything. I'm trying to think of. I know that in regards to with crafting, I'm not a big fan of the sewing like I used to. Okay. I'm more of the hands-on build, craft, shape, mold. I'm into that more so. Okay. So as much as I love puppet building, I hate when I have to sew all the skins and clothes and stuff like that. That's where I'm like, ugh. So yeah, no, there's no genre really that I'm that I prefer.
You just enjoy what you do, period.
Pretty much.
In a nutshell.
I like I generally enjoy the challenge of it. I love, because with depression and anxiety that I have, it allows me to put that energy into my work. And so I feel like it's therapeutic for me. It's a therapy session that I get to have every day. I get to make something, and then in the end I've made something that in some way is going to spark joy in some person, and so I feel like I'm kind of transitioning that bad energy into something positive for others.
Oh, that's awesome. No, that's beautiful. That's totally beautiful. That really is. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's why I love doing this. That's ultimately my thing for it. So
do you have any advice for anybody who is possibly thinking about or interested in becoming a prop master or a puppeteer, or somebody who's just trying to get into just making little things?
Yeah, there are a lot of resources out there that are great starters. You can find a lot of stuff on YouTube. You can find stuff with a lot of the cosplay community. Never be afraid to experiment. And understand that you're not going to get it right the first time. I have to tell myself that all the time, because sometimes I'm my own worst critic, and if I don't get it right on the first try, then I'm beyond frustrated and mad at myself. And I would suggest just not doing that.
That means you care about what you do, because some people would do it and go,
right.
Close enough, knock it in the trash can, they're done. But but when you sit there and you get mad at it, it's you care. You're a perfectionist. You care about what you're doing, and it may not be 100% perfect, but you can get it to as right as you're, what you're willing to accept. And, a lot of times it's not always the first try. So
yeah, and like the other thing that I would really recommend is pinpoint where your strengths and weaknesses are. You don't have to be great at everything. Like you could just be good at like one thing. It's just you're gonna, as you're working on something, you're gonna realize maybe this isn't something I enjoy, or I shouldn't be forcing myself to do this if my heart's not in it, and then just work in the other areas that you did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like I'm rambling.
Nope, you're not pulling a Joe right now. You're totally coherent. Oh, let's see. I wanted to show one of the other photos that you sent me. Because I don't think I know about this one. It's that costume looking one. It's this one right here. I hope you can see it with the mask.
Oh, that's Leslie Vernon. Yeah, that's my Leslie Vernon replica costume.
Oh, okay.
If you have not seen Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, I cannot recommend a movie hard enough. Like that is like one of my favorite horror films. It's just, he's one of my favorite horror villains in general. Like I really wish they would do more with fucking amazing. And Nathan Basil as Leslie Vernon was incredible. So yeah, I had bought that mask from Trick or Treat. I believe that's what they're called. I may be wrong. But it was a costume like prop company, and I got the mask through them. And then I just took overalls and I have to have them here. I took these overalls and I cut them and I dyed them with tea bags and red dye and everything to make it give it a grimy look. So There's a free tip for you guys. If you want a grimy look in your costumes, if you want it to look like it's been sweated on or soiled, dip that shit in some tea bags or tea water and just let it soak for a few hours and take it out and let it dry.
That's genius. That's like making that sarcophagus paper or whatever in like 6th grade, where you dip the crumpled up paper in the tea water and let it dry. Hieroglyphic paper or whatever it was called. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, you can also use that. You can use coffee grounds also, and so like this prop piece right here. That's how I got the pages to be like grimy and look worn. Was just coffee grinds.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's cool.
Yeah, so there you go. There's some free tips for you guys out there. But yeah, I wanted it was the cosplay thing, so I wanted a Leslie Vernon costume. I made that up. And then I wore it, and funny enough, I was walking by, I believe, I'm trying to think of the comic, it's Hex something, but it's like this indie comic that somebody was promoting. I walked by in the costume, and this girl goes, Leslie Vernon, actually, tries to get my attention. So I stop and turn, because I had some people actually recognize me and wanted pictures. So I was like, okay, here we go. Cool. But no, this woman was like, hey, can I please take a picture of you? I have to send this to my brother-in-law. And I was like, okay, sure. So, I posed and she sent the picture. And she was like, oh my God, he's going to fucking flip. I go, and I was like, he really likes the movie? And she was like, he is Leslie Vernon.
Oh.
Her brother-in-law was Nathan Basil. Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, my bad.
So and then she told me, she was like, when I came, I ended up walking with my friends back because they're in Artist Alley, so I ended up walking back, and she was just like, he fucking loved it. And I was like, oh. So I was really excited about that. And I was like, oh man, I'm good at this. Because I got to take those small victories.
Yeah, right? Oh, what was the most fun project that you've ever had to work on? Whether it was a film or a personal project.
Oh, most fun project. That's a good question. Well, definitely Sparky. I really enjoyed making Sparky. Mm-hmm. So I learned some new things cosmetic wise, like for the aesthetics of a prop. I learned new stuff for that.
Okay.
I have a fan. If anybody has seen Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, it's like my favorite Batman movie. I made a Phantasm mask and blade out of foam and Warbler. So that's one of my favorite projects because that was personal for me. That was just my own personal thing to display, like a pop piece. Yeah, no, I don't like. I love all of them, like for different reasons. I don't really have a favorite. Like it's hard to narrow it down. You know, it's like, oh no, all my kids, I can't do it.
I was gonna say I love all my children equally, except for you.
Like, I can't do it. I can't.
No, Richard Nettleton says the cast and director of Behind the Mask came to Frightmare one year. They were the coolest people hanging out with. Damn it, more comments. Boom, bumping shit up. Hanging with Nathan was a highlight.
Oh, I bet.
And Megan says, is fun ultimately linked to the challenge and what's learned?
Yes. Part of the fun is the challenge. It's the fact that I'm pushing myself, which I don't feel I do enough of, but in this area, it's something that I know I'm going to get this done. I'm going to make sure the deadlines are met, but I'm also going to make sure this thing looks fucking awesome because I want them to, whoever has this, whatever they're using it for, I want them to have that wow factor. And how I usually test it is I'll bring my husband out or my family, like, look at this. And if they're like, ooh, then I'm like, okay.
Like, you're not bullshitting me, right? Don't say nice to me.
I have a good bullshit radar, so I would pick that up.
Yeah, shit dar.
Yeah, and I think like what's learned ultimately with each project is I recognize where I need to improve. Whether it's timing of projects, like when to start it, like my time management, whether it's my painting technique, if I thought something was going to work and recognizing that that wasn't a sufficient technique for this project, but maybe can be used somewhere else. Like it's just those little things. It's also realizing how I need to work on maybe shaping things or like working on like visually, like I don't know how to say it, like visually see, like recognize mistakes faster before it's all done. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
So like if I have something, making sure it's more symmetrical than I thought it was, like really double checking that. And yeah, it's just, those are things that I take note of. I'm, like I said, I'm my own worst critic. I want feedback from people, like whether it's bad, I want those things because I want to ultimately improve. So.
That's awesome. Like I said earlier, that's because you care about what you do. Mm-hmm. If you didn't care, you wouldn't do that shit. And it's because you're really into it and you're really good at what you do. You really, really are.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see more of your shit. I really can't. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm shamelessly going to say that those bars that you made, they got recycled to go towards the film I was making.
Yes, nice. No, that's awesome. No, I love hearing that. That's awesome.
I was like, can I use these? And they're like, we're just going to put them in storage. And I was like, so I can use them? And they're like, yeah, if you want to. I was like, oh, thank you so much. We didn't get that far. Awesome. We didn't get that far because all the things happened. It was towards the end of the year, like Christmas and shit. So everybody got caught up. And then this COVID shit happened. And it's like, can we fucking go back to work now, please? Like, God, I want to get back to doing my fucking filming and making my money. Not from filming, but, you know, job and stuff. But just go back to life. Jeez. Stacy Rose says, you better audition for Making It Again, damn it. You'd kill it if they'd cast you. Give them a sob story. Give them a sob story and they will take you.
Yeah, no, there's the show Making, I don't know if you know what that is, on NBC. It has Nick Offerman and
Amy Poehler.
Yeah, Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
I sent in an audition, and I have to say that was possibly the nicest rejection letter I've ever received in my entire life. No.
No, I mean from like NBC and like the big companies and shit. Like,
I don't know.
But we implore you to try again next season.
Well, like it's not just that, but it wasn't just that. Like it wasn't like, and that's what I mean. Like it wasn't a cliche like rejection letter. Like,
okay.
This girl, like the girl who wrote it. This lady who wrote it, she sat there, was just like, I want you to know that the reason why you weren't picked was nothing to do with your personality or your skills. You were actually very talented. We just did not have room for you this season, but please do audition. They said, you know, we don't want you to feel discouraged from doing any more of your crafting or your work. So please do not take this as a judgment on your overall work or anything like that. So that's what I mean. It was the nicest rejection letter I've ever received.
Shit. Oh my God. Because like I've physically gone to some of those auditions in Hollywood and shit. And like they'll make you go through, like they'll call you. Oh yeah, we want you to come down, stand in line, get a number, go in there, show them what you got. And then it's like, okay, we're going to call your number at the end. And if we don't call you, thanks anyway. Come next season. We implore you to come again next season. It's like, bitch, you know how far I drew for this shit? And there's crazy ass people in here who are not talented in any way, shape, or form. And just because they have a crazy ass story, you're going to pick them.
Okay. So yeah, and that doesn't like, it wasn't anything like, it wasn't just because I've auditioned for like game shows and gotten the cliche letter, you know, like, nope, sorry, thank you, please don't, or please apply again in the future, Right. No, this girl wrote a heartfelt, like, no, please don't stop crafting, you're really good, don't take this as, like, you're not meant for this, or and I was just like,
that's crazy.
I was like, I really don't feel sad about this, like, okay.
You know what, that's cool, though, you know what, that's how that shit should be, like,
yes.
That's really how that shit should be, you know, like, even for some people who they're really trying because they really want to attempt to be successful in that, and they're just trying to start. And because some of these shows, like they'll cheat you on some of these shows as you go. Oh my goodness, what's this? Sorry. Oh my goodness, thank you.
You are very welcome.
Thank you, Miss Bob. I had liquor delivered to me just now. Sorry. I like this Oklahoma hospitality right now.
Hey, can't complain. When somebody hands you a drink, that's a good time.
You say, thank you, sir, and you sip it. Oh, he's back. Oh, no. In the bushes.
More booze! More booze!
More booze! Yeah. Yeah, so that was a nice one. I forgot what we were saying, but it was about a nice rejection letter.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh my gosh. If you had somebody who was to come up to you and said, hey, you know, I'm really inspired by what you do. I want to do what you do, but I don't really know what direction to go in. What advice do you think you might give that person? I know that some of my questions are kind of weird, but
no,
that smells strong.
Look up YouTube videos, look up books on Amazon, because sometimes you can find some really neat, you know, books in the subject you're talking about. Honestly, just do your research, honestly, because a lot of stuff that I've done, I've taught myself, or it's something that I've learned watching other people do. And yeah, no, just YouTube cosplay folk. The cosplay community is very just awesome and sweet, and honestly, they love helping each other out. So if you have a project, I recommend that. And you just maybe talking to your friends that maybe have some areas that they are specialized in that you don't, and you could reach out to them. Like, honestly, never put yourself in a place where you feel like you can't ask questions.
Right.
Definitely don't do that. Because you always have room for improvement. Like, always understand that too.
Yeah. So. And I think a lot of people have a hard time. I don't know if it's maybe because maybe somebody doesn't reassure them, but sometimes, a lot of people kind of feel like they can't do something, but they're really creative and they have, really amazing minds and they're very talented. And it's like, no, do it. No, don't hold yourself back. That makes me so bad. It makes me feel so sad is when people sit there and go, no, I can't do that. I'm too scared. It's like, bullshit. You can't do that. Yes, you can. And you'll kick ass when you do it. Do it.
No, I honestly struggle with that a lot too still, because because of the fact that I am a perfectionist, I'm always afraid to start working on something sometimes, because I'm worried that if I don't get it right the first time, I'm going to get so frustrated that I just won't pursue it anymore. So I have to kind of build myself up with that for a little bit. And then when I do it and I realize that, okay, it's not perfect, but it looks good, I can do this again and it'll be better. Then, then yeah, definitely I can at that point move forward. But I honestly do struggle with that. I totally understand that one. I totally do.
Oh my gosh.
That is definitely one of my weaknesses right there that I recognize. No, I'm too much of a fucking perfectionist, and I need to just learn to just Elsa that shit. Let it go. Yeah, just
Elsa the fuck out of it.
Elsa that shit there. Let it go.
Oh my gosh. Do you have anything else to show us besides the Audrey, or
I mean,
did you have anything that you're working on recently, or maybe in the progress of working on? If you say no, it's totally fine.
I know. I'm working on like a plethora of things right now during the quarantine. I'm making a Spinel puppet from Steven Universe. She's one of my favorite characters. I really love that cartoon. I know it's kind of kiddish and stuff, but I really fucking like it. Talks about mental illness.
You know what it is, whether you like it or not. You still got to know what that is.
It's just a really smart cartoon that talks about like kind of like mental illnesses and stuff like that in a very intelligent way for kids that I can appreciate. You know what I mean?
Is that the one with the star children or whatever they are? They're kind of alienish.
The gems, yeah, and the kid has a star on his shirt. Yes.
Okay. My stepdaughter, when she was younger, she used to watch that, but I'm that person. I can't sit in one spot for too long. I have to get up and move and do stuff. So I'd sit for like 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, I gotta wash dishes, and I get up and go do something, and I just kind of pass it. So I vaguely know about the show.
And that's okay, because Spinel's like a relatively new character, so I know a lot of people don't know her, but this is the puppet I'm building. Nice. I'm trying to get it centered. There we go.
Just need a head.
Yeah, no, so this one, like, it's gonna have an eye mech that not only shifts the eyes, but I'm trying to somehow correlate it to the jaw to where it's just a lever, to where they don't have to have their hand completely inside of the jaw, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I'm trying to find some way where
this and that you can just Okay.
Right. So it's taking a little bit longer. So I have the body built. So I have an idea of like how the arm will fit. But the way that that's made, it has to have a rod because there's just no way to get your hand in comfortably and sit it without it possibly ripping or something. I made it a little too small.
Oh, okay. Well, that was your first. It's like you said, you do something and then you learn from it, and you learn how to tweak it and do something. It's your prototype, basically, if you will.
Basically, yeah. And I had to hand draw the entire pattern, so I'm not surprised if it's a little small. So it's just now I know what the patterns I have.
Right.
Make them just a little bit bigger next time.
Yeah. So for those of you who are interested in it or are currently doing it and you're frustrated, it's okay. Your first one is always pretty much going to be your rough draft, even if it comes out immaculate the first time and you're like, oh fuck, I lucked out. I got lucky. I'm good with this. But what else?
Audrey too.
Yeah. But
Audrey too.
Yeah. You get that little to me though, you'd probably get that little hint of like, but what else could I do to make it a little bit cooler? Like, this is fucking great, but what else could I do to make it a little extra oof to it?
That's literally what I did with Sparky, with the electric chair for Michael. It was not supposed to look like that, and I kept adding shit. And I wasn't even charging him for all that because this wasn't in the agreement that we had. But I was like, hey, question, how would you feel if I did this? And he was like, I trust you, go for it. He was like, trust you, go for it. Because I told him, I'm not charging you, I just want to do it.
Okay.
I was like, hey, I have this sheet stuff. Yeah, it's like, hey, I have this metal sheeting stuff. Can I use this on the chair? Yeah, I trust you, go for it.
And he was smart in trusting you because if you go back and you look at old films or older documentary type things where they're like not mockumentaries, like they're making fun of it, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? They're reenacting. They're reenacting it. Right. It looks like those chairs. It looks like an old school electric chair. Like, really, it does. It's that shit dope as fuck. Seriously, like you could probably hook that shit and fuck somebody up. It's got like the leather on it and the metal sheeting and the rivets and shit. It's fucking cool. I was like seriously, when I walked in this, I was like, the fuck is that? What are you guys doing in here? What's happening today?
And that makes me feel so happy to hear that, because honestly, that's what I love. That's what I love to hear. Like, I love hearing that like my stuff caused a reaction, and it wasn't necessarily like happiness, but it was oh, you know,
yeah,
but
no.
like, it got your attention, and that's what I love hearing. Like, as an artist, what more can you really ask for? You're wanting to make stuff that's gonna make people react, or that's gonna make them feel something, and that to me is totally like, it's intoxicating at times. It's awesome. I love it.
Right? No, you do an amazing job. You really do. I'm so happy that you're on here, and I'm so happy that I know you, because if I ever get into a pinch, I know that I could probably ask you, like, what do I do for this? Asking for a friend.
No, you know what? Like, I tell my friends Nicolette and Emily at the Art Center, I tell them, like, all the time, like, I feel like my anxiety gave me a superpower when it came to this stuff. Okay. Because it makes my brain process things a little bit faster. Because my brain just feels like it's constantly going. Like, a lot of people's anxiety totally understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
It just feels like nonstop. But
especially when you go to sleep at night, you're like, please stop. I want to go to sleep.
That meme where it's like, the brain where it's like, are you asleep now? Yes. Hey, something this. And then, like, the girl's wide awake at that point. That's literally me every night.
Right. Or you wake up in the middle of the night because a dream will do something weird, and you wake up and you're like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Oh my God, what the fuck? Can you?
If that was fake, why are the feelings so real? Like, yeah, it's one of those. Why
is my face wet right now? I don't like this.
Like, I hate this so much. That with the fear, have you had the sleep paralysis? Oh my God, those are the two worst combos to have.
Shit. That is some creepy shit, dude.
Yeah, I hate that.
Shit. I've had it like twice ever in my entire life. Fuck that. I'm glad that's not a normal thing for me. I'm not complaining about ever having that.
I'm up all night. Whenever I had any of that happen, I was up all night processing, was that real or not? And it's like, that's a horrible state of mind to be in, because you're really questioning your sanity at that point. And it's not a good feeling.
Am I crazy? Was there a ghost in the room? Is something possessing me? What the fuck is happening? Why couldn't I move? But my brain is going like I'm just awake all the time. Like, but I can't do shit.
Yep.
So you slowly come back to reality, and then you start moving just a tiny bit. And then you're all the way awake, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, no, and then your adrenaline's all running. Yeah, no. Not fun. Not fun. But no, like with the anxiety though, like, it allows me to kind of process it. I compare it to if you've seen the Lego movie, the Lego builders, the master builders, how, you know, how they see all the different pieces and they connect them in their brain. My brain kind of does that. Like, it's really hard to explain. That's the only way I can really compare it. When I'm talking to somebody about a prop piece they want, I'll look at the shape of the prop, and then I'll start going through an inventory in my head of stuff that can be used to build it.
That's pretty cool.
So it's like, so say like the trident from Little Mermaid, the Triton's trident. Yeah, going through, it's like, okay, foam for the top, LED lights, PVC pipe, and I'm just like kind of interconnecting everything, kind of figure out like if that would work or not. But then it could be wrong too, because there's times where I can be building and realizing that what I was doing not going to work, so I have to kind of reevaluate that.
That's frustrating. But again, I guess you learn from it too, like how to and how not to do some things. Like, this didn't work. So, real quick. Because we're a little over, but I don't mind that.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I'm not sorry. That's why I said I don't mind that. Real quick, on Wednesday night, I'm going to be having the return of C.W. Penny from Carl's Creep Show, and Dan Yeager from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. He is actually the tallest Leatherface ever to play Leatherface.
Nice.
And Bushmills and Modelo's not mixing right now, so I'm slowing down. But Dan actually started his own coffee brand called Killer's Choice Coffee, and they were cool enough to send me a little ad for it a couple of days before I'm going to have them on. So I want to show that real quick. And I love coffee, so here we go. Hope you guys enjoy this little
life.
Yeah, it looks so live. I love it. All right, look at some Killer Choice here. right? Thank you, CW, for sending me that little commercial for it. I appreciate it. Thought I'd give them a head start on a plug before Wednesday.
I love it. You were screaming for the steam.
I know. He's like,
sorry.
His face just screams in the morning is beautiful.
Right? Panic and horror.
Exactly. Stacey says Leatherface whacked me with an inflatable flail at the Sacranormal. I don't know if I said that right.
Oh, Scaranormal. That was the one that I was
Oh,
yeah, I think it's Scare. Yeah, but that's the one I was talking about where like the people from Porky's and stuff were there. Like, we had a lot of horror people there. It was awesome.
That's cool. I can't wait. I can't wait till all this shit's done so we can go back to more conventions and going back to our projects and shit. Cause
I do miss conventions.
I do too.
I do miss them.
I was supposed to have gone to 2 already. It's like, eventually. It'll
happen. It'll happen.
Goodness. It will. One day we'll have 6 feet away from each other, but we'll get there. So, okay, Miss Kimmy, we're at the end of the show. Do you have any last words, darling?
Well, thank you for having me on, and thank you for everybody who tuned in, and thank you for all my supportive family and friends. And I don't know, I feel like I'm on the Oscars. I'm waiting for the music to start so that way I could stop rambling on and on. You know? Yeah. To my God, society. I love you. Bye.
I want to thank my producer and my manager and for everybody who was there for me.
I want to thank...
Oh my gosh. That would be great. Oh my gosh.
Just and then that way you know they need to stop talking. Thank you for having me. You guys have a good night and safe travels.
Thank you. I'm so sorry I couldn't indulge in Tiny Talkers with you. I can't control what Oklahoma does.
Hey, next time we know we're gonna be on the same set, we'll pick some up.
That is for fucking sure, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I'll bring them. I'll just bring like 20 boxes.
Fuck it. They're only $3 a box. Right? You know how many boxes you can get for like $20?
Right?
1 million.
Right?
It's enough to go around. Jesus.
Nah.
Oh shit. Well, thank you for joining me, Miss Kimmy, and thank you guys for
no problem.
Everybody who watched tonight. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out Kimmy's shit because she's fucking amazing. I'm excited to see what else you got coming up soon. So
I'm excited.
And I can't wait till this stuff's over with so I can start going and traveling around to like more places where it's more acceptable. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's really not as bad as the news says in most places. Some places it's horrifying, but for the most part, it's really not that bad. But when we all settle our shit out, definitely got to make a trip where we all get together up there in Fresno and Bakersfield. Oh, yeah. People get together and just fucking party somewhere. Tiny tacos and beer all day.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you guys make sure to follow Any Last Words on Facebook and YouTube also. I don't have an Instagram yet because I'm really not that huge in Instagram. I'm still trying my best. But I am for sure every Monday night at 8 p.m. PST. And it's been working out for Wednesdays. So this Wednesday, I actually have the return of CW Penny, who is my very first guest on my show, and Dan Yeager from Texas Chainsaw Massacre as Leatherface. So if you guys want to check that out, I will be back on Wednesday night at 8, same bat time, same bat channel. For you guys, not for me. But yeah. Thank you guys again for joining me. And thank you again, Miss Kimmy. I love you, fish.
Bye.
Bye, you guys. Have a good night.
Pleasant Hooters.